One came after the other. I was getting raped by 3 guys. How do I tell people at home that what happened? How will I explain it? Let me just bury this and I will not share it in anyhow. And I buried it.
You didn't share?
I didn't share it.
For how long?
God delivered me from being homosexual. I used to be gay. I am no longer dating one guy. I'm dating 3, 4.
At a time?
Yeah. It got into a point whereby I became very addicted in sleeping around. In a week, I would sleep with 3 to 4 people. Different
people. Yo. So you don't even understand why, because it's not like you like these people, because it's not possible.
Yeah.
I've been through the most,
Hola, Sen Fam! Hello there, and welcome to another episode of I've Been Through the Most podcast right here on Centtwinz TV. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube or you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, welcome! What an honor it is for you to join us today. I mean, you guys really inspire us to keep coming back week in, week out.
Yeah.
You've actually inspired us to come twice a week.
How do we do that?
Popular demand.
I mean, we're still adjusting to that process.
Listen, we're struggling to keep up. The team is not sleeping. It's a lot.
Shout out to our incredible team that are working so hard to make sure that these episodes are out. It really does take a great team to be able to produce such a phenomenal award-winning podcast. On that note, please show them some love by subscribing to the channel, liking and following, and making sure you don't skip those ads so that we can keep everybody happy. We can keep the episodes coming. We can keep the podcast going, and make sure you join as well. We have membership, Millicent, for those people who say, you know, Sen Fam, I support you guys. I love what you're doing. You know, I might not be there to tell my story, or I might not be there to do anything, but you know what? Here we go, tatala. So those Wurekis, we know that you are there, and those great people, Kingdom Finances, whoever you are, please. That's why the join button to join as a member is there, because you're committing to supporting the podcast every single month. However, subscribing is absolutely free. You don't have to pay any subscription for that. It's absolutely free. Just click on that subscribe button to show us some love, because we do have a target of reaching 500,000 subscribers, which is only 500K subscribers on the channel here on YouTube. Please.
And we can do it.
Subscribe. We can.
And another thing that's free is the guests who come to our show, who come freely to share their story.
So be nice on the comment section. Be very nice, okay?
Yeah, it's always such an honor for us when people write in and they come to tell their story and share their story. Such a selfless act.
Yes.
Because it's more to do about other people than
Them.
themselves. And it's always so difficult to talk about yourself, but they do it anyway. So big ups. Another incredible guest is here today, Bongani. Welcome to the show.
Sitting on the hot seat.
Thank you, ladies, for being here. It is such an honor. My name is Bongani Lempe. I am a designer, a poet, and also I am also an author. So I do a lot on the
And that's
art.
your book right there.
Yes.
Wounded but not defeated.
Identity restored
Through Christ.
through Christ. I am a guy of different hats. I'm a minister of the word, the author, designer, and also I do other things. So I just came here to share the story. Yes, I've shared it with other podcasts, but I will paraphrase because some people have seen it.
Okay.
God delivered me from being homosexual. I used to be gay.
Sure.
And Some of the things that led me being gay. I was molested in primary school. I was in grade 5 in the age of 11. Then in 2009, I received Christ before. I was on fire back in those days.
Really? Okay.
When I cell meetings, when I prayer.
You are there?
Yes, I'm there.
All night prayer, fasting?
Yes, I'm there.
Wednesday night prayer, Monday night prayer?
Tell me about it. Like, I would just, I was very committed. I lost my identity fully in 2010.
Okay. But maybe before that, let's go back to, to the events that happened when you were in grade 5.
Yes.
Right? I understand, and I'm so sorry that you had to go through it, because that is trauma, and nobody deserves to go through at such a young and vulnerable age.
Yes.
Take us through those events. What actually happened?
It was a Saturday afternoon, and I was from my friend's place on another section in Tembisa. By the way, I grew up here in Tembisa. So there were, whenever then I would go home, there is a bridge that I must pass. And also there is a train station going through, but I must pass through the bridge.
Okay.
Now, there were these 2 guys from my school who were doing the upper grades.
So these are people that you know?
Yes.
Very well?
Yes. Fine. They just came upon me and they just said, where are you from? And I told them, and they pulled me under the bridge. One came after the other. Whenever they are done, I went home. I was in tears. But the problem was one. How do I tell people at home that what happened? How will I explain it exactly? And the other thing, how do I trust people at home? Simply because I am from a dysfunctional background.
Okay.
And also, I never trusted anybody.
So it wasn't a safe space at
Yes.
home for you to open up
Yes.
about what just happened
Yes.
to you.
As a parent, you create a capacity for your child to trust you. To only if you lack that capacity, you have failed as a parent. Your kids must not see you as a lion, but they must see you as a friend. They must see you as a safe space, a shoulder to cry on. I do understand that you can be strict as a parent.
Yes.
Also be a friend of your child. Ask her, how was your day? Tell me more about your day. Such conversation we've never had at home, including the issue of an present absent parent. Plays a very huge role. Yeah. I will continue now.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
But before those events, how were you like as a child? Because I want to distinguish the two personalities, right? Because you are obviously, I'll call it a creative, because you know fashion, you're a designer, you understand. So you're a creative person. So I know creative kids are quite active, bubbly, outspoken. How were you as a child before those events took place?
That young boy who
Yes.
was Bongani, man.
At that time, I was very active,
Okay.
vibrant, talkative, although that I used to stutter. I was worse than this. I wouldn't even finish a sentence, but I would like to be around people, making jokes.
Okay.
After that event, I started to exclude myself. Nah. Until to the certain time, until also to this certain time whereby I'm like, okay, fine, let me just bury this and I will not share it in anyhow. And I buried it.
You didn't share?
I didn't share it.
For how long?
My first sharing of this, it was in the Centtwinz in 2022, around there.
So that was your first time?
Yes, my first time sharing. Nah.
Wow.
Fine.
But you're an adult now.
Yes,
But you
So-
lived,
so
you carried
from a
this.
child.
yes. That is not then the only accident that happened, by the way. Nah.
Sure.
And I became so good in hiding things. Nah.
Sure.
At the point, 2010, grade 10, and I started to preach in the SCO in 2009 because I was on fire for Jesus. Started preaching, but I started getting attracted to the same sex
In grade 10.
in grade 10.
Okay.
The same year you were on fire for Jesus.
Yes,
So this all happened simultaneously.
yes,
So from the time you were molested or sexually abused in grade 5, you then lived your life quietly, silently,
yes,
yet at the same time being very reserved. Then I guess, as you grow, you get bold,
Yeah.
and you get the confidence. Then only in grade 10, you then,
yes. I started dating another same gender. The person whom I dated, he was in grade 8 and I was in grade 10. Fine. We never understood what we were doing because I'm new to this.
oh, so that was your first boyfriend.
Yeah, first
So
boyfriend.
had you dated before prior to that?
Nope.
Never.
I attempted to date a lady in those primary schools, but it was all of those hide and seek and everything. I cannot call it dating.
Call it
You were just
dating.
playing around
Yeah.
as kids, experimenting.
Yes. So,
Okay.
I dated this guy and everything was well, but I went and told my friend that, hey, bro, I've been feeling this way about other men. My friend, who is a pastor now, he was like, no, man, we need to go for prayers and everything. I'll tell you, we jumped from one pastor to another. They prayed for me, and I'll stop.
Okay.
After
then-
3-4 months, I go back with a full force now. And then now,
Worse than before.
and whenever I say with a full force,
Yeah.
I am no longer dating one guy. I'm dating 3-4.
Shoo.
At
At a time.
Yeah. It came to the point whenever the scripture says, whenever the evil spirit leaves a person, goes to a place like a desert.
It comes
And
back.
yes, the
7
problem is one with us as Christians. We abuse grace too much. Now,
Aye.
you get
Come on,
delivered,
Bongani.
you do not do the job. It was what I was doing. I was the Sunday Christian.
Yes.
I go to church, I will just pray whenever I feel like, and You see?
Lifestyle Dololo.
Yes. So I played around that area for a long time.
Yeah.
2011, I had friends who are gay now. I was not drinking alcohol back then.
Okay.
They went out to a pub. Remember, I am also committed to the church.
Yes.
Saturday night, I'm in the pub with my gay friends. You would see them that this one, man, they are the alphabet community. They are the spaghetti, the girls of technology. So we went to a pub. I wasn't drinking. They were drinking. They disappeared on me on that night.
Your friends?
Yes, my friends. They disappeared on me on that night. As they disappeared, I have to walk home. Alone. An unforeseen circumstances happened. I was approached by 3 guys. In my mind, they wanted to rob me.
Yeah.
At that time, I didn't have a phone. I didn't have cash. They said, what do you have? I'm like, I have nothing. They said, you'll have to pay us with your body. I'm like, meaning? The next thing, it was a hit of a clap. Then one came after the other. I was getting raped by 3 guys in 2011. I was 17 at that time.
Oh, you were young.
Fine. Here I am.
I'm sorry about that, Bongani.
Here I am. I'm like, 1 + 1 is 2. Who'll believe me? I swept it under the carpet.
Again.
I'm
So you
very...
are adding on to that.
The pain that you had suppressed.
Bear in mind, I'm committed in the church.
So you speak to no one.
No, I speak to no one.
You don't go for counseling. You don't go for therapy. You don't go for like nothing.
Fine. Here I am. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm committed to a church.
Yeah.
I am an usher. I dress up. I look good. I smile. Whenever you would enter into the church, you will be also welcomed by my smile and everything.
Yes. You show up.
Yes, I always showed up at all times. You remember in the book of Nehemiah chapter 2, whenever Nehemiah went to the king, and the king said, you are not sick, but why is your face like this? Nehemiah always showed up to serve the wine. It is what I did.
Come on.
I just showed up.
Yeah.
I showed up. Continued in the very same circle. And now, whenever I continue now, the spirit of lust really grows now. And I am like, you know what?
Because of the pain and the hurt also.
And also now I am like, you know what? Maybe then is because I'm in Gauteng. After matric, I just decided to go to stay in KZN in my father's family. I worked in a farm. As I worked in the farm, okay, those guys, they don't know nothing about homosexuality, about being gay. One of the owner of the farm was like to me, Bongani, what are you doing in the farm? You don't even belong here. I heard you. I heard you speaking English with my wife and you don't belong here. He said that. And I am like, there are no jobs and everything. He said to me, you do not belong here. make sure that you do a plan. In 2016 late, no, in 2015, I got a job under a certain company, a cleaning company. It's well known, Prestige. I worked there. We were cleaning the washrooms of a mine. Ne? And I am like, now I am free from all of this. But the desire of being with a man, it was there, but I was not entertaining it.
Okay.
Ne?
So if physically, you would appear
As a
like
man.
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, as a man and everything. And whenever we worked there, I was the only guy who worked with two ladies
Okay.
who are elderly to me. And I'm supposed to clean in the change room of men.
Oh.
Okay, fine. I entered one day, men are bathing and okay. Wake up and everything. All of those emotions woke up.
Shoo.
Fine. Some guys saw me that, okay, this one, he's the part of that community. I started dating men who are married in the mine,
Shoo.
hiding it and everything.
Yeah.
Came back to Gauteng after my contract ends. Fine. Continue with life. Now, at the point now, I am no longer committed. The fire, it has went down.
Gone down. Yeah.
And I would
the
go to-
sin has gone up now.
Yeah. At the point whereby I would go and drink. Sunday, I'll be at church. It is what I did. Continued. Got into a point whereby I became very addicted in sleeping around. Whenever something moves from sin into a bondage, it's very dangerous. Remember, we do not confess bondages, we break bondages.
Yeah.
Mine, it is moved from being a sin into a bondage.
Yes.
And
so it's
now-
got a hold on you now.
Yes.
Yes.
It got into a point whereby now, in a week, I would sleep with 3 to 4 people, different.
different people. Yo.
So you don't even understand why, because it's not like you
No,
like these people, because
no,
it's not
no.
possible.
Yeah, no.
Where do they come from? Are the people just available?
There are those hookup groups in WhatsApp and Facebook.
Okay.
There is this dangerous app. It's very dangerous. It's called Grindr.
Okay. Like it's very dangerous.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, it is. Because it can show you people who are within the radius that
2K away.
yes, 2K.
Then you like calculating, yeah, it's possible.
It can also be like 20 meters away. It means
next door.
it means then that person is here.
That's like
Yeah,
20 meters is here.
like it moves.
Oh, so that means you share your location pin
Yes.
when you are on the app.
Yes, it
So that
shows
can-
where you are, and also the people who are within that area. Like now, I can
And
just
these are complete strangers. You can
yes, a complete strangers.
literally meet a complete stranger and hook up with them.
Yes, and have
Today.
sex. Yes, and have sex with them, and
And buy.
yeah, bye.
So the purpose of the app is for that.
Is dating and also for hookup.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's not even a relationship app.
And now some people they meet there, then they form a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yo.
2019.
Yeah, it's dangerous. You're right.
2019, I've gotten a learnership on a pharmaceutical company for my first time dressing up, showing up to work with formal clothes and everything. I only wore formal whenever I would go to church. But now I must go to work.
Yeah.
Look a certain way.
Yes, I dated a certain guy who was married, and the wife was staying on the other province.
Okay. It was like a long distance marriage vibe.
Yes.
So the married men you would date, they are straight, all of them.
Some of them, they are straight. Some of the men that are hooked in this, they've just have this narrative that gay people have money. They wanna also experiment. And whenever they just experiment, it is where they are in. And it is very hard to come out. The guy was so handsome, good looking, with a beard, with those, I just stayed with the guy in his house. I would go home.
Yeah.
Listen, I'd go home.
You were the wife.
Maybe like twice, 3 times at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of the time you are at his house.
He would drop
while
me
the wife is in another province.
He would drop me at work in the morning, and he would also go to the extent of sending a person to bring lunch for me. Yeah. Another nightmare. The guy was so good to me. He would give me money for lunch. Who gives you 500 rand for lunch for a day? The guy was abusive physically and sexually. The guy would beat me and force himself on me. The first time he did it, I kept quiet about it. The second time he beat me up, I'm like, I didn't bargain for this.
Bongani.
Why would he beat you?
Oh, Bongani.
When you just have arguments or what?
Yeah, arguments, and also whenever we would disagree, he would snap, and I am like, you don't talk to me in that way. And the guy would beat me up.
Sure.
The second time he beat me up, and he forced himself on me.
After beating you up?
Yeah, and I had some bruises and everything. I would tell you this, I went back home. Prior to that, in 2008, the lady who led me to Christ, she became a mother to me. That lady became a mother, and she taught me how to pray. She taught me how to read scriptures and understand. That lady, I would go to her every time after school and everything. Whenever I went back home, she saw those bruises in the neck. She asked me, what
happened, Bongani?
Here I am. I tried to lie. She said to me, Yewena, I was not born yesterday. That was the first incident. I confessed. She was like, what do you want me to do? Should I go to the police? I'm like, no. To do what? She prayed for me. Then we buried it. But whenever the scripture says in the book of Hebrews, whenever Moses came of age, he refused to be called the son of the daughter of Pharaoh. That woman refused to accept that Bongani is gay. That woman, whenever they told her that Bongani is gay, she said this, not my own Bongani. You are talking about a different Bongani. My son is not gay. I told her, and I just continue with my dyke and diving. 2020, I attended Gay Pride. Yeah, that demonic match. I got drunk. Then, as I got drunk, my friend's boyfriend raped me on that fateful day.
What? On the day of is it an event? What is
Yeah.
it? Sort of an event?
Yes.
So on that day, your friend's
Boyfriend.
boyfriend.
Fine. I told my friend, because he is such a something else. He said that he will pay for this.
He what?
He will pay for this.
Pay for what?
For what he has done.
How is he gonna pay for it?
My friend took the matter into his own hands.
Yeah.
He did a hit and run.
To who? To the boyfriend?
Yeah. Hit and run. The guy now, as we speak, he's sitting on top of a wheelchair.
What?
Hit and run, and bear in mind, he was never caught.
Does he know the
reason?
who hit him with the car?
Yes.
He does.
Yes.
He just
And he
let
knows
the
why.
Yes, he knows why.
Oh, so that's why he just left because he knows.
Yeah.
It's because I raped
Yeah.
a friend.
Yeah. Fine.
What a movie. It's like a film,
Yes.
but this is your life. I think the painful thing for me is that at this point, you are counting
Bongani.
events where you are violated and hurt
Yes.
and
Abused.
broken, abused. Like, how do you navigate that? Do you feel like, why me? Why is this repeating itself? Like, how are you wrapping your mind around this? Is it still hurting you, or are you even numb from this sexual assaults now?
Yes, I became numb because now I now became a male prostitute now.
Woo!
At the point whereby in a week I sleep with 3 to 4 guys, different. These include the so-called men of God.
Yeah?
Yes, men of God. There are certain pastors whom I've slept with. Then they would give me money.
Where would you find them? Maybe they're the ones that find him.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so how's the finding?
Sure.
What's
There is a club here,
okay?
that I cannot mention the name.
Okay.
Name. It is only male who go there. Whenever you enter there, you pay a certain amount. At that time, it was 120 or so.
Yeah.
We would see men of God. We would see married men.
So these men of God find you in the club.
Yes.
They're going to the club.
Yes. People's fathers, people's husbands. It's a nude bar for male. It is in town.
No women are allowed.
Yes, no women allowed.
So when you go there, it's clear what you want.
Yes, it's clear.
It's clear. There's no confusion.
They also play some naughty videos. I don't wanna call it by
Okay.
naughty videos. There are dark rooms and
There's TVs.
yeah.
There.
Yes, big
Like
screens. Yeah.
So it's like you are being like, this is why he's saying he was like a male prostitute.
Yes. At the point whereby I'll sleep to 3 to 4 people in a week. Ne? I remember whenever I would have an encounter with God himself. I remember I slept with this guy. This guy said to me, "You are such a cool guy. Why are you doing this to yourself?" And I'm like, "Hey, brah," and everything. Whenever I spoke to that guy, I came back to my senses. It was in 2022, late.
Because it's like you are floating.
Yes.
It's like you keep doing things, but it's like you're unconscious. So this person brings you back.
Yeah.
Like, Bongani, come on.
Yes. The guy was like, no, man, you're such a great person. Kindly note, I was told by ±5 pastors who told me that God has called you, God wanna use you. And I'm like, hey, bruh, stop with that. Nah. I remember I did only a single prayer. That, Father God, I don't want to do this. May you please help. I do not know kanjani or jwang. I need help.
That was your prayer.
Yeah. Fine. Can I say something before I would go? In the churches, it is much more important to deliver people than also you must disciple them.
Woo.
Because lack of discipleship, that's why then we have the lot of sin in the church. The sons of Eli have entered into the church. I'm talking about nowadays in churches, we have gay people worshiping there in the altar. What are they doing there? Because they have turned a church into a safe space. Although that they know that it is not allowed. Simply because whenever we talk, they will say that we are homophobic. An altar, whenever you stand and minister there, you are transferring spirits, number one. And whenever you place a gay person in the altar, worshiping, in what space are they worshiping from? Because there are certain people down there who cannot hear the word of God, but they can get closer to God through worship.
Worship, yeah.
So it means then that person is imparting the spirit of homosexuality unto the congregation. Transference of spirits is very easy because an altar, it is dedicated to God. An altar, it is a place of exchange. You know that. And a person who do not have a strong altar, they will be a victim of somebody of a much more stronger altar. To only if you don't have a stronger altar, you'll be a victim of somebody else's altar.
Yeah.
Ne? Fine. I went to buy fabric. It was before the Easters in 2023. I met a certain lady who is a pastor.
Okay.
That lady, she carries the presence of God at the point whereby her words echoes. You must carry the hand of God until that your words echoes. That woman was like, I need a person who would design me the red pants. I agreed with the high force. Yes, I can do it. We exchanged numbers. She gave me fabric. We met up for measurements. She invites me to her house. She says this to me, are you gay? I said it boldly, not knowing that that was my arrest. Yes, I'm gay. She never preached long sermons or quote scriptures. She only said, God loves you.
Wow.
That was then. I went out and drank on that Saturday. And that Saturday, I never got drunk. Her words echoed. I told my boyfriend at that time that, bruh, I'm going back to church. He said to me, if you are going back to church, count me out. Yeah. I went to my other sister, Noni. I'm like to her, sis, get me a pastor who does deliverance. She said, where will I get a pastor? I'm like, I don't care.
Find one.
She found one lady in Rodiport. A very beautiful colored lady. Went there. Prior to that, I went for a book launch of my friend, Bongani LempPrt2.
Yes.
There.
Friend of the show.
Yes. So I went there, and Bongani LempPrt2's book launch really impacted me. He said, they spoke about live in your purpose so that your opinions can matter.
Ooh. Powerful.
Ooh.
I came back and I got that pastor. That's why nowadays I believe in women in ministry. We had 2 sessions, me and that lady.
Yeah.
It is whereby I began to confess everything.
Wow.
We started from the root cause until to the fruits. Because you cannot cut a tree from the top.
Never.
You must cut it from the roots.
Yes.
We dealt with the roots until there. And I got delivered from homosexuality.
Wow.
As I got delivered, it was in 2023, October. From then, I haven't went back. At the point whereby I even called some of my friends to be saved, and they left homosexuality.
Sure.
I've been going
So
around.
you have now become an advocate of some sort.
Yes.
Sort.
It
became a
living
ministry.
testimony.
Yes.
It became a ministry for you.
Yes, it
to
became.
share the good news.
It became a ministry because whenever then I once got into the hospital. Nah. There was one pastor who was preaching there. That pastor asked me 2 times that, can I pray for you? I refused. On the 3rd day, he said, God has called you, and God will now also use you. So that man of God ushered me into where I am. At the point now, I've been preaching the gospel of Christ, and it is much more important for all of us to understand what we are called for.
What you are called for.
Hey, drops mic.
It drops mic.
That's
One
a
last
drops
question
Yes.
for me.
mic moment.
So now that you delivered, you have no more attraction to men.
No. And can I say this now?
Yes.
Being also being delivered from being homosexuality, it doesn't exempt you from temptations. It is
Sure.
all about you practice self-control.
Yes.
I'm one person who's very radical.
yeah.
Even if then I feel like doing this and I got that opportunity, I would not even do it. Yes, I am no longer attracted to the same sex.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
attracted to women now.
Yes. So
Have you tried to date? I'm just curious. I'm being naughty.
Yes, I did.
Okay, how did it go?
Yeah. You ladies, you ladies, you do not know what you want. I do understand whenever now we have those seminars for the
women.
Yeah, you guys, you don't know. Yes, I tried to date, and unfortunately then it ended in tears.
Showed you flames, eh?
Yo, she showed me flames. And also then, the waiting period, I was supposed to wait upon the Lord.
Yeah. I was about to say maybe it was a bit too early.
Yes.
Because you might have also used her to see if Emma attracted to women now.
Yes.
You see, and she could feel that. So then it just became a disaster, you
Yes.
know?
At the point, I'm like, okay, fine, let me just. But since then, I've been preaching.
Good.
And also, I am a very big advocate that there is no such a thing that is called, I was born this way. No. There is no such a thing.
Sure.
I would be honest with you. There's no such a thing. At the point whereby, at the moment, I'm just living for the Lord.
Do the Lord's work.
At the point whereby I've been traveling around from one province to another, I even gotten an invite to preach internationally. We need to produce disciples for Jesus. We do not need to produce followers. It is never about the number who follows you, but are you making them disciples? That's all.
Drops, man.
Preaching now, guys. The book details, we're going to put them down below.
Wounded but not defeated.
Yes, please let us support his ministry and get the book. Do invite him. As you hear, he goes around preaching the gospel, creating disciples, and sharing his story in hopes of changing lives through his testimony.
What
Thank you so
a
much for
testimony.
sharing. It was good seeing you again. Thank you
Yes.
for coming back. Thank you so much. That's all we have for you, Send Fam. I know we're going to have a long conversation in the comment section,
look
which is
forward to it.
exactly what we want. So, yeah, we're out of time. For myself, Millicent,
And myself, Innocent.
our awesome guest, Bongani, and of course, the team that makes it happen behind the scenes. It is goodbye for now.
I've been through the most, been through the most.